Sporting Beards.
Hey, Doy.
YouTube only edition. How's it going, man?
Good.
So no number on this episode, I guess, because it's not going up on the podcast feed, but just the YouTube.
Right. We're gonna do like a little, somewhat, hopefully, maybe quick video,
Yeah.
recapping a little bit of the World Series so far, and just talking a little bit about it. Because obviously, by the time we'll be talking again for the actual podcast, it will be over.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I think we've decided we're gonna do Mondays at least for the time being, unless something big happens, like super big in college football.
right.
So this is going to be kind of the normal Saturday episode, but on a Friday, and it's just going to be baseball.
Right. Which has
So
been pretty exciting.
we've had 3 World Series games since the last time we talked.
Right.
Well, 2 since the last time me and you talked, 3 since the last time we talked to the podcast.
Right. To all of you beautiful people listening and watching.
Yeah. So each game has featured history, all 3
It
games.
has.
So in game 3, the Phillies hit 5 home runs off of Lance McCullers, which is the first time that a team has hit 5 home runs in the World Series ever.
Yes, it is. One thing about that real quick, did you know that Alec Boehm's home run was actually the 1000th World Series home run?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, we actually went out to a bar to watch that game so that Chase could pay off his baseball bet with the team draft. So Chase
I
was
only lost by like
rocking
1, right?
1 or 2, I can't remember.
It was close.
But Chase was rocking an Altuve jersey, orange Altuve jersey. He was looking nice. Looked good on him.
I was glad that you actually you asked me and I got to kind of somewhat pick, even though you kind of said you had an idea anyways of what you wanted to wear. But I didn't think about the fact that the orange stands out the most, and it's like,
right.
Hey, look at me, I'm an Astros fan.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
man.
It's also I don't know. I like all 3 of the Astros jerseys, the main jerseys. I'm not a fan of the navy ones that Fromber likes to wear, which they'll probably wear tomorrow. But the 3 main jerseys, the orange, the white, and the gray, I like them all. I think
is
they're
the
really
navy
good looks.
like the one Aurora was wearing?
Yes.
With
So
like
it
the
has
orange and white stripes on the side.
Orange, and it's like orange and yellow. It's the rainbow. It's like a rainbow touch to it.
That's right.
The old rainbow jerseys.
Speaking of,
it's weird that we call them rainbow because they really only had 3 colors, but
they just kind of look rainbowy. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But no, speaking of uniforms though, like you gotta admit, those Phillies powder blues with the maroon are pretty nasty, dude. Like in a good way.
so I don't like their maroon, their powder blue as much as I like say the Blue Jays powder blues.
I don't know, man. I really liked the maroon. I guess what I liked the most about it was the stripes all the way down the sides.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. And then the little baseball in the P. I guess it's only on their helmet, but
yeah. I don't know. I don't love them. I don't hate them either. They're not really even powder blue. They're
it's like a
darker.
weird. It's like pewter blue.
Yeah, they're a little darker than powder blue. But we're getting off topic quite a bit now.
Sorry,
This is supposed to be a shorter episode.
I just wanted to mention that they have good ones. Those are cool.
Yeah,
but
it was not bad.
So I know the game you probably don't want to talk about as much. Plus the one that we also didn't really necessarily pay attention to the most because we didn't end up playing some pool while we were out. And
once the game got out of hand, and we were kind of conversing during the game, and so we weren't fully locked in and like we would be if we were sitting at home.
Right. Exactly.
When I watch a game at home, I'm like perched on the edge of my seat, like 3 inches from the screen, so
not missing a pitch. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
No.
But in this game, we had a pretty big tale of 2 different pitching. styles.
Yeah,
McCullers doesn't usually get taken out of the yard like that.
he doesn't. He's a really good ground ball pitcher. Like that's his whole deal. I think it was kind of the Phillies are kind of a bad matchup for him. In that he throws a lot of curves, and Schwarber's pretty good against the curve when you get it near the strike zone. Harper can pretty much hit anything except for the high fastball. The high fastball has been giving him some fits.
And y'all have been sticking to that, trying to get him to chase up
And
there.
so yeah, there's a reason that no other pitcher other than McCullers has thrown anything but fastballs against Bryce Harper. Every other pitcher, it's been fastballs top of the zone, fastball top of the zone, fastball top of the zone, just constantly. Because that is his. If you can say Harper has a weakness, that's his weakness, is fastballs top of the zone.
Yeah, like you said, if you could say weakness. I mean, it is his weaker spot, but I don't know if you could call it a weakness per se. But at least right now, because the dude is just seeing beach balls up there.
Yeah.
So, but do you? So first, I want to say Rangers Suarez did pitch a pretty good game. Nothing like stellar, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
5 innings, no earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and a walk.
I think it was one of those where your starting pitcher gets blown up and everybody's just kind of like, well, this game's
It
not
was
gonna.
almost a mail it in game at that point.
Yeah.
Kinda. I definitely see that. Especially considering the fact that he left McCullers out there through 5. I remember after the
Yeah.
second inning, you said, "Get McCullers out of there,"
Pull
and
him.
then they didn't.
And then
So
it's weird because yes, after 2 innings, pull him. But then he goes out in the third, he has a good third, then he has a good fourth, and then it blows up again in the fifth. So it's I can see where it's difficult, but I think what they should have done, what I would have done at least, like I said, I would have pulled him after the second. I was telling you that at the bar that night.
yeah, 4-0. It's a World Series game.
Yeah, you can't give one of these away. But at least you have to start each inning with somebody being, if not already warming up, ready to get hot quick.
Exactly.
Tell everybody down there, hey, get loose. You 3 guys get loose because one of you's coming into the game if anybody gets on. Now the Phillies were just basically hitting home runs, so there wasn't really like
True.
hey, there's a rally going, let's get somebody up and warming. It was just
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
it
like,
was all
oh shit,
long
it was
ball.
another home run. Oh, look, there goes another home run. Oh, look, the game's over.
Yeah, which makes it really tough. I do got to ask though. I mean, we didn't notice it while we were watching because, like we said, we were out at a bar. We weren't necessarily fully on focus like we usually are. Do you think he was tipping pitches?
So I'd have to go back and watch the whole game again and really focus in on it. But McCullers does do different. I've seen the video and different
leg kick and
stills
stuff.
of the leg kick, but guys have 3 different leg kicks. Most guys do. They have, the high leg kick, the low leg kick, and then the stutter step leg kick.
Right, and it's usually dependent on runners on base and stuff,
right,
not
and
what pitch you're throwing.
They'll also vary pitch to pitch based on just trying to mess with the hitter's timing a little bit. I mean, I'm not comparing myself to major league pitchers, but I used to do it too, where I would kind of change up release points, change up
so that they can't actually pick
how much
up on
how much I was raising my leg. Sometimes I would dip more on my backside, just doing different things to kind of mess with timing, especially if you're somebody like me and doesn't throw very hard. You kind of have to do that.
Yeah, you got to use different things.
So I'd have to go back and watch the whole game to see if it was a consistent, this is what he's doing with fastball, this is what he's doing with breaking ball. The other thing too, I did see the one that's more compelling to me is his glove hand being higher on one than it was on the other, because usually as a batter, you're not necessarily watching the leg, you're watching the glove, seeing where the ball comes out of the glove.
That's true.
So that's the first thing I think you would pick up.
Unless somebody else somehow picked it up and then called you over there from the on deck circle and told you.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that he wasn't tipping.
True.
But
The only reason
I'd
I
have to,
think
like I
he
said, I have to
might
go
have
back and
been
watch the game.
same, because I didn't actually like pay attention to all of them either, because obviously you've got to see almost every pitch to be able to figure out if that is actually happening or not.
Yeah,
But
it's tough.
what leads me to think that maybe he was A, the whole Bryce Harper calling Alec Bohm over there, but then B, I'm pretty sure later, like probably in like the third or fourth when he actually was doing all right, it seemed like he had switched it up on his own, which meant maybe
Maybe.
he realized that he was maybe tipping pitches and was trying to get them to accidentally think one thing's coming, and so it just
Yeah.
adds to it. It's kind of fun. I mean, it's kind of like the game within the game, but either way, Phillies, like you said, it was all long ball, literally. Like they did not, like one of the runs that scored, well, or two of the runs that scored were runners on base,
When the
but it
long
was
ball was
because of
hit.
when the long ball was hit.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they lose 7-0 in that one.